All right, we're going to get into some trades right now, guys. What volume profiles by request is really valuable. We have Mark Sebastian here. He's going to take a look at some of these as well after I do some charting. But why is this valuable? Well, let's just do some follow-ups. And it's you guys that give us the stocks, and we'll see if there's a nice trade. But how about Twilio? Marco, remember Twilio? The setup was beautiful for this one to rip higher, and I wanted to follow up on that we did hit a nice local high, $67 in Twilio, and that was done right on this show. We got into some calls with volume profiles by request. Here's some interesting ones. Now, Mark, I want you to see if there's any big money flow to the downside in BW, because the setup is really nice for a short here in BW. Looking for a downside of 533. That's Babcock and Wilcox Enterprises. And Sam S. Escargot. Sam, what's up, Sam? Had to give me GTX because look what it's named after. Yours truly. Garrett in Motion is the stock. Garrett in Motion, is this a momentum stock? Is it Garrett in Motion? Well, whatever the case is, this one is looking bullish. I like this one too. Upside target, we have 950 in Garrett Motion Inc. Mark, let's pull you back on here. We did a nice little follow-up on Twilio. That was a great call to the upside. We're also looking at some bullish action in Garrett Motion up to about 950. And then BW, the setup for a short is really nice. I don't know if you have any big money flow to confirm either direction for that one.
BW, the only thing that we've really seen was some time spread buyers. They sold the Feb 5 calls and bought the May 5 calls and the March 5 calls. That would basically mean you were expecting a move back toward $5 if you put on that spread.
Okay.
A little bit of action on the 7.5. This one does not trade very much. Markets are super wide, but interesting.
Yeah.
GTX is another one that doesn't trade very often. You pick a couple of, some of these are really wide. So not a lot you can do in the options on those ones at all. So these are ones you trade directly in the stock. GTX is only $8.50. So it's not ridiculously expensive to go out and buy. Do you think GTX can get to $10? Because then you could buy the 10 calls for a dime or a nickel.
It looks really bullish. I like it.
Can we get to $10 by next Friday?
Next Friday? No. I think this is going to be a slow
and steady. Not this Friday, the following Friday, 2 weeks.
I think this is going to be a slow and steady kind of wins the race. This is like, it's...
All right.
No offense to Garrett. Garrett in Motion. It's more like Garrett in slow motion.
Yeah. Earnings are the 14th before the market open. Yeah, the only thing I would even look at for this thing would be buying the Feb 10s for a nickel, seeing if it makes a move above $9, $9.50. They go to 15 cents. You make some good money on those. That's it.
All right.
I mean,
okay. So we're looking at
not a lot of those.
Hey, sometimes I got to pick some of these new ticker symbols because you never know what we're gonna get. But shout out again to
you
Twilio.
Might say that volume profiles are like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, Mark, you're actually seeing some big flow, or I guess some more action in CSX.
Yeah, this one falls into kind of my ugly options scanner. And to Garrett's point on good companies that do stuff getting dumped, this one looks like it's set for, and you can look at this on the chart, the volume profile, but this one looks like it's set for a reversal back to the 50. You can see the movement. This thing is moving at a realized volatility, and not just with earnings, post earnings. The movement, that blue line, the vol is over 30, and they're charging only about 20% for the options. So the options are incredibly cheap. Whether you think this thing is going up or down, I don't know why, but they're just ignoring them, saying these options, who needs them? We don't want them. And the stock really does look like it's topped out. Looks like it's ready for a bit of a turnaround. Definitely, I think a move back to the 50, maybe a test of the 200. And the options are just straight up too cheap. On Friday, we did see a healthy amount of put buying on this, and on Thursday. I did put out a trade and profit revolution. They were buying Feb 32.5 puts on Friday. So they were going after kind of near dated at the money puts. At the time, the stock was trading above 32.5. So they started buying these for about 40 cents. By the end of the day, these things were already 80, 85, and they were still coming after some of them. So Friday, 7,000 of the 32.5s traded. Just kind of slowly throughout the day, they built up more and more and more. I think we got in for about 60 or 65 at Profit Revolution. And I expect these things to pay out.
Oh, so Profit Revolution jumped on this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
This is a chart of when we want to get in on something, because that vol is just too cheap. What do you see on your volume profile? Oh, Olivia Vaz.
I don't have Alicia term.
the viscount of the volume profile.
All right, so looking at CSX, the volume profile, we need to break below this this point of control here, Mark. 3162. Below that, there's a nice little thin zone. This is where your action is going to really start to happen. Below that 200-day, there is a thin zone here, so the setup is really nice. It needs some sort of catalyst, and that catalyst needs to break below our point of control here. But yeah, we're seeing a reversion back to about 30, I would see, in CSX.
There you have it.
It starts making those.
Viscount of the volume profile.